So Scru has sent me this track a while ago. At the time, I had no idea that it was going to be features on it. But you know, as time went on, I found out, and you know, well, behold, some dope feature. So we're gonna check out the track together. I'm gonna try and break down the beat for you guys on the same video. It's a classic beat. So yeah, without further ado, let's get it, man. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. You don't have to do it right now, but hopefully at the end of the video, earn your sub. All right, now without further ado, let's get it. Let's peep the song first real quick, you know what I mean?
Slime Shady, baby. I got a friend with me today, too. Check it out. Look, I was born with a chip on my shoulder, so if it's war, I'm at your door like I witnessed Jehovah. Tell them niggas that's only spitting it's over, cause some of you niggas be spitting like you ain't never had no bitches come over. While we kick it like Van Damme, shorty, I see your tramp stamp. She puts pop on the handstand while she tell me about Bandcamp. I'm falling in like quicksand, fuck it, I'm still a hitman. The nth beam hitting like Ant Man when that shit land. Let's talk about it. All of that drama, I never walked around to catch him on the sidewalk draw. To put that chalk around him, fuck about him. Don't know what the fuss is about. Everyone mumble raps with a little pump and shoved in their mouth. Okay, pause, roll me a doobie. Got pop smoking, the hoopty might bump. That old shady, then fuss or shuffle with Uzi. I'm sorry, that just will move me. I've actually grabbed the booty. I've asked some of these groupies say you drying up the coochie. Oh shit, I know this year done been a fucking bitch, but I just wanna thank y'all for the numbers that we fucking did. What up, motherfucker? You want some little brother shit? Fuck with him, I'll pull that ninth one out the trunk and shit. What up, Tech? Thanks for helping me make them upset. And all jokes aside, I'm riding to my last fucking breath. This year I learned a lot of people ain't the fucking best. A lot of people lay to rest, I made it, let's just say I'm blessed. What's the difference between me and you? Do a lot of things that we wouldn't do. Probably take a path that we wouldn't choose. Must swear to God that you bulletproof. Yeah. What's the difference between me and you? Do a lot of things that we wouldn't do. Probably took a path that we wouldn't choose. Must swear to God that you bulletproof. Yeah.
I'm crazy as fuck. I throw a baby at a Mercedes truck while it's racing going 80 on the interstate. What? Sharper than a razor blade when I lay in a cut. Shit, I had to force myself in the game. I'm raping this cunt. I've been waiting enough. You see this eighth in the cup? That's not weed, that's the ashes, and I'm blazing a blunt. I'm smoking anyone, bringing smoke, vape in a puff. And you keep hating on us, I'll leave you bathed in some blood. With your fucking brains hanging from your tangled up guts. See, I love that you hate me, it always gave me a rush. It inspires me to write, whether you like it or not. Weather the storm, no matter the lightning strikes to the side. You're wishing I stop, but I'm just fizzing the pop. The worst thing is indifference, so keep dissing, you twat. So what's the difference between us? I'm a marketing genius. You're a fucking nobody that should have been a departed fetus.
What's the difference between me and you? Do a lot of things that we wouldn't do. Probably took a path that we wouldn't choose. Must swear to God that you bulletproof. Yeah. What's the difference between me and you? Do a lot of things that we wouldn't do. Probably took a path that we wouldn't choose. Must swear to God that you bulletproof.
Stop the beat a minute.
This last verse actually came in like literally like last second, yesterday before he had sent the track off. That's crazy. Homie came in right on time, man. Let's get it. Let's see what's up, though.
Or not, but listen, fam.
I swear to God that you bulletproof.
Hey, yo, stop the beat a minute. Or not, but listen, fam. At Spencer Sharp 7, go follow my ass on Instagram. Sorry for the shameless butt plug, but I don't give a damn. But if you don't follow me, I'll follow you with scissors and slit your glands, kick your hams, twist up your meniscus strands, fist is slammed into your L6 to the dislips and jams. Hey, yo, Spence, chill. What's up with all these vicious rants? Cause this is stand, diss me and see this isn't fictitious, man. Plus, I got an invoice for 60 grand from my fucking rapist for all the candy I taken from his minivan.
That was questionable when I first heard it. Mixing the song, I was like, what the fuck?
What's the invoice for 60 grand from my fucking rapist for all the candy I taken from his minivan? So what's the difference between us? Well, my flow is tighter than fishing cans. I stick to my roots like Timmy's band. You suck like Wimbledon, Clinton Brand. Was born a star, so sharp to cut off a ninja's hand. Time for you silly bitches to really... Clinton Brand was born a star, so sharp, tighter than fishing cans. I stick to my roots like Timmy's band. You suck like Wimbledon, Clinton Brand was born a star, so sharp, cut off a ninja's hand. Time for you silly bitches to really learn who's in command. Boring, if a chick don't text me back in the morning, I'm assuming a slut whore be up all night in the orgy. So I'm done with women. 2020, that's for tunnel vision, funneling money in it like I'm filling the drug prescription. Enough of this shit, you got the fucking difference? And if you talking shit, his clip is coming quick to snip your tongue to rip it. Bitches,
between me and you. Do a lot of things that we wouldn't do. Probably took a path that we wouldn't wouldn't choose. Must swear to God that you bulletproof. Yeah. What's the difference between me and you? Do a lot of things that we wouldn't do. Probably took a path that we wouldn't choose.
Must swear to God that you bulletproof. Yeah. That's the track right there. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna break down the beat for you guys real quick, and then I'm also gonna upload the instrumental in case anybody wants to use it and do a remix and all that good stuff. Make sure you put produced by the Hit Brainiac. And without further ado, let's get right on to the breakdown. All right, so starting from the top, the first thing I did was, because obviously, if you're not on this planet or from this planet, this was obviously a remade version of Eminem's original track. The first thing I pretty much did was bring in something called Easy Keys, and used basic grand piano. Well, there's some things I'm going to touch on here that aren't on here right now. I used a program called Groover, and basically what this program does is it basically finds the pitch, the notes, and separates sounds, right? So I basically used that to break down every single individual sound that was on this this instrumental. Here is the program here. If you know what I'm saying? It's a pretty dope program. I'm not gonna go into detail on that one, but it's a that program has became my favorite VST right now for when it comes to remaking certain tracks. It just makes things a lot easier. So I got this piano. I'm gonna solo everything out and kind of tell you where the sounds came from. This one came from. I wish my contact was working. I had lost, my hard drive broke that I had all my contact sounds. So it was hard for me to find a really good brass, which was the main sound in this whole entire beat. But I found one that worked eventually. But this is the piano that I had on this section. And I'm going to loop the hook because it's going to have pretty much everything. Okay. Okay, so that was that, right? And then as we start to layer the tracks, you start to see it come to place. The next thing was this, again, this is I used another program called Scaler to find the actual scales that this instruments were in, which allowed me to then go to the next step, which was placing the right, chords in the right places, for example. That was not exactly it, but once you put the right instruments where they need to be, that's when you start to, see the actual things come in place. Now, if I just wanted to be inspired by that beat and completely take it into a different route, that's where Scaler and Groover really shines, because it's meant to be able to give you an idea, and you take that idea and go somewhere completely mad, and you go mad with it. You feel what I'm saying? You get me? Now, without further ado, let me turn that volume back down. The next thing I added now were these. And this came from Omnisphere, very, very dope plugin. Has a ridiculous amount of sounds. I mean, I haven't even gotten through everything I could possibly go through with this. And then we have another program that kind of saved me at the end, where I was able to find the brasses that I really wanted to use and all that stuff. But for right now, I also use it for the bass notes. So yeah, so I found those brasses that worked. If you don't have Keyscapes is a very, very dope plugin, man. For the price of what you're paying for, the basic sounds that you have can really take you far, especially if you just want something affordable and you just want to, because really what you need to invest money in is effects. with effects, you can turn any sounds into a lot of different. You can go anywhere with them. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you have the sounds. But you know, I wish I had a better brass, but this brass came in clutch. You know, there's a specific brass that I'm thinking about. If my contact worked, that would have worked even better. But this worked for what it needed to do. So I appreciate that happening. Now, second off, here we go into the next section. That's the bass. You probably can't hear it. You know, just to help carry the moment, the vibe, because you know, it's one of those things. You know, Scru wanted this. You know, Scru wanted this track to be, or this project to be, you know, to take people back, and it's about the lyrics and all that. You know, the you know, expressing of a certain time, space and time where rap was more about genuine lyricism, in my opinion, based on what I understood. You know what I'm saying? So that bass was there to it just helps carry the beat. You know what I mean? And it's a really dope structure. At first, this was actually a little bit faster than it needed to be, but then I had to find the tempo. You know, that made that eventually brought the track in the right spectrum of where it needed to be. Now, if you're new to the channel, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if there's anything else that you guys want to see from this channel, the growth. Thank you guys for helping. We reached 20K, if you didn't know, matter of fact. Shout out to everybody who helped make that possible. The next goal is now 50K. So we working. It's a brand new year. We're going to try to stay as consistent as possible. I'm not going to speak anything that, you know what I'm saying, that's going to end up holding that vision down, because sometimes we can overspeak. So let's just go with the vibe. You feel what I'm saying? Now let's get back to this though. The next thing I did was I added another layer to kind of give the whole instrumental. The volume is turned down for a lot of these because it's just helped to add background. It just helps to add background to the actual beat, right? That's exactly what those Rhodes were doing. The next thing, now we have the kicks. And you know, it's so amazing because before I started using PreSonus Studio One for my DAW, I used to use more FL Studio. That was my go-to plugin for quite some time, you know. And you know, FL Studio is dope. There's days I still just want to go back. You know what I'm saying? And because it's just the comfortability. But now after using this, I don't even use the drum pattern. I don't miss the drum pattern as much as I thought I would, compared to just dragging the audio into the actual program itself and then from there doing what I have to do, you know. It's definitely a shift. I don't know if I want to get too comfortable with that, because when you have the pattern, the drum pattern, you can really do a lot of meticulous things easily compared to just having to copy paste and move. It's you know, but hey, this program makes it a lot easier to do that. And I like working with audio a lot of the times because there's certain manipulations you can do to the audio directly versus just working with MIDI notes, which, you know, MIDI notes are good because if you make mistakes, you can go back and fix them. You know what I mean? So yeah, this project is gonna be dope. I'm two instruments away from finishing up the project. But we gon', you know, unless Scru has more tracks he's gonna send through. But look out for that, man. Shout out to Scru, been working for a minute, bro. He's going crazy. Went crazy in 2019. I can only imagine what this year is gonna be like. You feel what I'm saying? So let's get back to this. So we got the kicks right there, and then I brought in the drums, the snares. I layered the snares. And then, you know, the hi-hats came in. Now at this point in time, Scru wanted me to add more to the actual beat, he felt like it wasn't complete, as there were some like shakers and stuff on there that was just missing from the actual vibe that he was going for. So, you know, this is where Groover came in, you know. I'm not going to break down the whole secret, but this is where Groover came in. I was able to take, you know, the sequence that's already been laid out to me from an original source and then bring that here, and it just completely changed the whole spectrum of the vibe of the instrumentation. You know, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you really have to like you really have to like go and try making beats to really get it. But this program is one of the best. This program has to be one of the best VSTs I happen to run into. I was looking for a better vocabulary, but this has to be one of my favorite VSTs that I've came across this year, on 2019 rather. So when I put that together, it sounded something like this. So yeah, that was cool, man. And then the next thing I added now was the, you know, those strings. You know what I mean? So those without the strings, the song wouldn't have been it wouldn't have been properly. It wouldn't have came out right because it just doesn't sound the same. That brass and that string really adds to the dynamic combination of the voice, the character of the vocal, the way they're rapping it, the way they're putting their words together. Especially when Stan was in there, right? Like there's certain things he said that the brass just captures it so well that you would think that like. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to explain. Certain instruments capture the way you deliver your vocals different than if you want another instrument. It just wouldn't sound right. So this string and that brass combination with the shakers that Scru went in on to really changed the whole like vibe of the darkness of the track. You know what I mean? The next thing I added really here now was the another heat up plugin. So this heat up plugin comes in handy a lot, but there was a better bass that I found, and this is what it was. Hopefully you guys can hear that because it's pretty low. You know what I mean? So then I brought in another Omnisphere track. This one was some Scru wanted to at this point. Scru wanted like more sounds in the actual instrumentation. But the only issue was, you know, I didn't want to overdo the track, but he felt like it needed like more. He felt like it needed more, like a choir sound, and then he also sent me. He also sent me a vocal. What's it called? He sent me like a video of a sound that he specifically wanted in the actual track, and you know, at first it wasn't like, it was pretty simple. It was something that was interesting, you know, to me trying to add. So I just went and took that. At first, I took what he sent, turned it into a WAV file, and then you know, converted into audio, but there were some pitches that were off. So I took that. I just went and found another instance of Omnisphere and played that exact chord that he had sent using his voice, if that makes sense. And then that's how this sound came about. Let me play that for you guys real quick. It was After the Roads. I wanted to add this to add a little bit more substance to the actual thing itself, but the sound the sound I speak of would be this. All right. So, okay. Yeah, let me see if I could, just so y'all could see what I'm, so this is what I'm talking about. So when he had sent it to me, he wanted it to sound something like this. So.
Yo, the choir should sound like this. It should be like. If you could make it sound like that, that would be perfect.
So yeah, I basically took that, and I had, you know, I took that part, but it just didn't. There was a part in it that was off. So rather than using his vocal, which was the original thing I did, I just played it in Omnisphere, which I just played for you guys, and then constructed that together. But you know, that's pretty much it, man. When you put everything together, you know, it's a step-by-step process. You know what I mean? It's just once you have your main sound. Making beats is really not that hard. I encourage people to, check it out. But at the same time, if anybody need beats, man, don't forget to check out the website, thehitbrainiac.com. Thank you guys for sticking around. I'm going to play the whole thing for y'all real quick. But by the time you're watching this video, I've already uploaded the instrumental. So if you want to download it, you know, say what's up, man. Just make sure you put produced by The Hit Brainiac. If there's any original beats that you guys would want from me, this year I plan on doing a lot of cooking, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the beat side of things, and just uploading more frequently than I did last year. So but without further ado, thank you guys for watching, man. It's The Hit Brainiac. Let me go ahead and play this for y'all one time. Yes, sir. That is pretty much it. If you want to download the beat, go ahead and check out the other video. Without further ado, thank you guys for watching. It's The Hit Brainiac. I'm gonna do a couple more reactions for the subscribers today. If there's anything else you guys want to, see from your boy, just vocalize it. Let me know, and hopefully I earned your sub today. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video, man. Y'all take it easy. Stay blessed.